behalf of the Friendly Spike Theater Band, I present to you Ruth. Here, before we do our brief moment of silence, is a picture of her that I think she would want me to share. Like I said before, this is something she was very, very proud of when she voluntarily restrained herself to a poem in leadership of somebody that she hardly knew, on behalf of the mental psychiatric system at the time that was maybe using their power in a very negative way. And we're going to have our moment of silence now. All right. Thank you. Before I begin, for the open mic section, I would love if everybody would, before they bring to the table what they want to share this evening, if you could please share how you became affiliated with the Friendly Spike Theater Band, and how you are grateful for the Friendly Spike Theater Band, as well as then proceed to share what you've brought this evening. And that is something that I think we will all really, really enjoy. So I am going to go through the list. I did do attendance earlier. I see Alicia has attended now, and actually she was my first person to read this evening.
Oh, I am.
So I did take attendance earlier, and I will go through exactly how my attendance list is so I don't forget anyone. But Alicia, before you begin, I'd really love if you would share how you met the Friendly Spike Theater Band, how you're affiliated, and how you are grateful, and then proceed with what you brought to the table for the open mic. So everyone, I'm sorry to put you on the spot
Okay.
so quickly, but
That's all.
everyone, Alicia Aladina.
Okay, so you want me to talk about how I got connected to the publishing?
Yes, yes.
So back about a year ago, maybe a year and a half ago, I joined Call for Submissions Facebook group, just so I could like submit my poetry and writing to different places and music as well. So I came across a call for submissions for the Poemdemic compilation. So I contributed a poem to that and it got accepted. And then last year I got accepted for this recent publication. I'd written a poem about Lisa Marie Presley after she died. I always really liked her. So that got published as well. And I'm so glad the book is on Goodreads. The past 5-6 years, I've been going to open mics, poetry events, and music events, and just putting myself out there. Aside from that, I'm a social worker. And last year, I put out a chapbook, a poetry chapbook called Internal Eyes, which documents my experiences with racism and sexism as a South Asian born and raised in Canada. So if you're interested in it, I can post my email in the chat if anyone wants to buy a copy. I don't have a link for it. I sell it on my own and deliver it, but I'll post my email address if that's okay.
Sounds great.
So tonight I'll be sharing a couple. How long do I have for sharing?
Up to 5 minutes, yeah. Five.
Okay.
to 8 minutes, really.
I'm
Yeah.
gonna share a
Oh.
poem that recently got published at 2 places. It's about the Christmas holidays. I find the holidays really joyous. I know it's not like that for everybody, but it's a time where you meet with people you love and with your chosen family or your family. So I wrote a poem called The Holiday Countdown that got published on Spill Words, as well as the Harmonic Verse Anthology, which is based in New York City. So I'm going to read the poem. It's called Holiday Countdown. During the countdown to the holidays, I love to put on Christmas movies. The togetherness brings me joy, from kids' movies to romance stories. During the countdown to the holidays, I love receiving chocolates and candies. Whenever I attend work parties, the meals and treats come in handy. During the countdown to the holidays, we usually put up a Christmas tree containing precious ornaments with rainbow lights shining endlessly. During the countdown to the holidays, we unite with each other's presents, spending time with extended family before the day we finally open presents. Thank you.
Yay.
And my next poem is also a song. It's a Christmas song. So I'm going to read the lyrics for it. And if you're interested in hearing it, you could go to the Spill Words website. And there's an image of candles there. And if you click on it, the song will play. Otherwise, you could listen to it on YouTube, or if you have Spotify or iTunes or Apple, they're on there as well. So I'm going to post the link for spillwords.com.
Thank you.
If you want to read the holiday countdown again, and listen to my song, Christmas Candle. So just give me a second. Okay, so I'm ready to read Christmas Candles now. I thought about singing it, but I didn't warm up, so I'm just gonna read it. It was Christmas Eve. I was feeling lonely. All I could envision was you with me. Maybe there's hope, a Christmas miracle. Without you in my life, I feel miserable. Christmas candles in the sky burning bright, candles in the sky shining with the moonlight. If I could make a wish and blow out the flame, you and I would be one and the same. I'll be getting presents just the way I do every year, but the only gift I need is you and me forever. You are number one on my Christmas list. All I really need is a granted wish. Christmas candles in the sky shining with the moonlight. If I could make a wish and blow out the flame, you and I would be one and the same. And like I said, that's available on Spill Words. So if you click on the candles, so if you go to my profile and you click on the candles image where the poem is written, the song will play. Otherwise, you could listen on Spotify or YouTube.
Wow.
Thank you. That's all I have for this evening.
Alicia.
Thank you.
No, unfortunately, I have to head out, but it was so great participating. So thank you so much for having me.
Thank you.
The holidays.
Yeah, you take care.
You too.
Bye.
Bye.
Good night.
Good night. Take care and have a good and safe holiday and Happy New Year.
Thank you.
Mm.
Thank you. Happy holidays.
I don't think Daniela Violin is here this evening, so we're going to move on. Haris Owen is here from BC. Welcome. So please share how you got affiliated with the Friendly Spectator Band and why you are grateful, and move forward with your open mic presentation. Thank you.
Hi, so I belong to a group of poets in Courtney, BC, and I heard about Friendly Spike Theatre Company through Scott Lawrence, who I think is connected maybe with Bill Bissett. I'm not quite sure exactly, but Scott's a poet who's been around for a long time, and he told us about a call for poems for the Quiescent Docent collection, and I knew straight away that I had a poem that I'd like to send in, and it's called Grow Joy, and I was really happy to have it included. So I'm grateful that this is a community where I can express all the parts of me, and it feels really accepting and safe and friendly. And I know, pardon? Is someone speaking? And yeah, and I know Ruth is with us in spirit. I met her only online, but it was so beautiful to know her that way, and so I'll dedicate my poems this evening to her. And the first one that I'm going to read is called Make Something. Don't buy the sparkle, the fake snow, the glitter globe. Don't buy the shiny new, the latest version, the must-have thing. Don't buy the hype, the ramped-up hopes, the excess of desire. Don't buy the absence of stuff, the sentimental trope. Make something real. Make friends, make love, make music, make safe spaces, make jokes, make change, make peace. And give it all away without concern for what might return on more than just one day.
Beautiful.
My apologies about that call.
Oh, it's okay. It's just when people have their mics on, I'm not sure if someone's
No, it's
talking to me.
Sarah,
Yes.
that call was from Dawn Aurora. She asked if you could send her the link for the Zoom.
Dawn Aurora?
Aurora,
Oh,
Dawn de Cruz, Aurora de Cruz.
yeah. Let's see if I have her email.
So sorry about that.
That's okay.
I kind of had the answer.
Shall I carry on?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
So the next poem that I'm going to read, I'm not sure if I've shared this with you guys before, but it's about a time in my life where I was really at a very low place, and my daughter, who's in her 30s now, was living far away, but some of her friends came to visit me, and it was really cool. It's called Angels. Angels step in unexpectedly, dressed as strangers, short on fanfare, halos stuffed inside toques, wings draped in flannel shirts. Their hymns tumble out in ordinary phrases, no flourish or pomp. At first a bit disappointing after the promise of cherubs and archangels. No shimmer or shine, they have regular names, give regular hugs. Love is extraordinary, it requires nothing in return. Loves freely, asks no questions, lifts me up, holds me close.
I like that. Yes.
And I'm going to close with one that it's a little bit similar to the first one. It's called Wish List. Universal wish list. Peace and quiet, clean water, nutritious food, roof overhead, a good night's sleep, community, acceptance, freedom to imagine and speak, healthcare for the whole person, learning for everyone, wish list beyond brand names, at the heart of living, with the things that matter, for sisters, brothers, and others, all living beings, sentient or not, as far as the mind can dream.
Wow.
Thank you.
Nice.
Thank you very much.
thank you. As far as the mind can dream. Raymond Helko is with us tonight. I am so thankful. And please share your story behind how you became affiliated with the Friendly Spike and move forward with your open mic presentation. Thank you.
Sure. I did a reading at the Secret Handshake, and both Bill Bissett and Honey Novak came up to me afterwards and we're talking about this. So that's how I got involved. And I'm really grateful for this space because there's not a lot of online spaces. So it means I host a poetry open mic at Buddy's Theater and I don't get to read there anymore. So that's a venue that's sort of off my list because I need to facilitate other people reading. So this is great. And it's also great to see other poets and type of poets who aren't necessarily from Toronto. So that's a bit of a nice thing. I have 3 short ones. They're all from a chapbook I'm working on called My Shitty Ex. And the first one is called Your Love is a Typo. Your love is a typo, an accolade inside of a footnote, an unspoken run-on sentence, an empty bottle of liquid paper. Your love is a typo, a super subscript, a questionable mark outside of the margin where your asterisks never end and you can hide inside an unwritten language of letters without words, of words without sentences, of sentences without a story. Iterations, facsimiles, and crumpled drafts. Your love is a typo. Thank you. The second one, a little bit shorter, is called An Introduction to My Regret. My regret needs no introduction. It's with me wherever I go, like a black widow waiting for me to feel something, anything, and then it strikes. I have no regret for the things I've done, but the way I did some of the things I have done. The things I've said in ways that cut another like a double-edged sword. Words from which there is no return, words that I should have said in other words. My regret needs no introduction. Thank you. And my last one is very short. It's called, It's Good to Be in Love. It's good to be in love, he said, but I had no reply. Thank you.
Thank you. It is good to be in love sometimes.
Yeah, it is. Just get with the right people.
Yeah. And sometimes, the love doesn't always come with the right people.
Yeah, guys, you guys have done some good stuff already. I'm quite happy.
Thank you, Greg.
man.
I very much love Henrik very much. He's in the phone line, so you can't see him, but he's a very good poet. I'm just trying to send a link right now to I'll do that in a minute. Up next, I think Richard Van Holst is here. Yes, he is. Welcome. And please tell us your story behind getting affiliated with Friendly Spike and what you've brought for the open mic this evening. Thank you.
I'm mainly a writer of short stories, although I've branched off into poetry. And the editor of my stories is a local poet, lives in Dundas. Her name is Bernadette Rule, and she saw the call for submissions. So that's how I found out about this project. And although she's not my editor currently, she reads most of what I write. So she's kind of a beta reader and she's a good friend. So that's how I found out about the Friendly Spike Theater band project. So the poems I decided, the poem I decided to read is not particularly Christmas themed, but it's sort of adjacent to that. I happen to be a cat person, and I'm trying to call up my poem, which I did. So basically, there's an old poem which was written in the 19th century. It's written in Old Irish. It's called Pangur Ban, which basically is a white cat that belongs to a monk. And the monk wrote a poem which was, I think, scribbled in the margins of a manuscript. And it's about the fact that while he is translating and hunting for words, the cat at the same time hunts for mice. And they both do sort of the same thing, and they both enjoy what they're doing. So I thought, I woke up one morning with ideas for cat poems in my head. And this was one of them. And I thought, wouldn't it be cool to tell the story from the cat's point of view? And in the process, I moved the story forward a few centuries and made it a Franciscan monastery, because Francis is associated with the animals, and there's a special story about him where he was preaching to the birds, and I've seen a picture of it, which I imagined my cat looking at. So this poem is called Golden Legend. Now, just so you know, Golden Legend is a collection of saints' lives. So anyway, without further ado, this is the cat speaking. Okay. I used to like the noise and stalk his stirring quill, and he would smile until the day I stepped in ink and pattered golden footprints down his page. And then my monk was cross and grabbed me with harsh hands. But soon he took a rag and wiped my yellowed paws. He said it looked as if I'd fished for sun's last light in pools at vespers. Then he stroked my fur with kinder touch. It kept me a long time from climbing on his desk, but now we both have learned our passions to restrain. Now I am much more calm, wise in the ways of words, content to watch him scratch with nearest twitch of tail. I sleep when I get bored, then I get up and stretch and wander off to see what Brother Cook has in the pot. Mayhap there'll be a bit of Friday fare. Of course, I take good care then not to get too close. For Cook, he kicks sometimes, but I am swift to dodge. He got me only once, and then the abbot frowned and made him read to me out of a gilt-edged tome. It was about a monk who preached to all the birds, portrayed in vivid hues. You'd swear those fowls could fly, but there they stayed to hear, as still as roosting hens. Oh, how I wish I'd been to hear that holy man, for such a homily would much improve my soul. But soft, there goes a mouse. And that's my poem.
Hey.
Thank you, Richard.
You.
Thank you.
And you had.
Wonderful.
Thanks so much.
And Aurora, I'm so happy you could join us.
Yes,
Thank you.
hi.
Thanks, Sarah.
Thank you.
I totally forgot to send you the link after Ruth passing because I was always communicating with Ruth, and she would send me the links because I used to call her once a week, Saturdays or Fridays, and we'd have a nice conversation, half an hour talk. And then she'd go on her merry way, and I would go on my merry way. Then I'd call her again, and she'd update me with all the Friendly Spike stuff, her family, and everything. So it was wonderful. But I miss her so much, so much. And she did say before she passed to keep in touch with you, Sarah. She said, keep in touch with Sarah. She knows what's going on. And I totally forgot. I had no other way of contacting you except through the email. And then I phoned Penny because Penny and I play a Scrabble game online. And so I phoned Penny and said, Penny, can you ask Sarah to send me this link?
I'm glad you could join. And I'm going to send you my phone number as well, Aurora.
In the chat?
Yeah, I can send it in the chat. I'll also email you. You can call me anytime. I'm very open. Yep.
Okay.
And to hear from anyone involved in Friendly Spike is a gift. So it's not. Don't think.
I want to donate some money to Friendly Spike. How would I do that?
I will show you. I'm going to send you an email based on how to do that. Okay.
You can just go to the website too.
You can. You can go
Just go to the website.
Yep.
It's
Oh,
in
Friendly
yellow. Donate here, and it sends you to Canada Helps, which
Oh.
is the organization that our donations are worked through, and then you will get a free copy of Quenos and Dosen.
Cool. Okay, I'll do that. Or send me the link.
That's for a donation of $50 or more.
Yeah, send me the link too, Sarah. Send me the link. So I can just click in and send it.
Well, it's right on the front page of the website. But anyway.
Can Maureen, can you send the link online? Like it, or do you have to give a check or?
If you just go to the Friendly Spike website,
send it.
Yeah.
It's right there on the first page.
So you can send a donation online.
Yes.
Okay.
Actually, that's the only way to do it, I think, really.
Yeah, like you can, we can issue you a tax receipt ourselves, but what Ruth was deciding to do was, I'm going to send the link now to the website Aurora to you in the chat. It was easier because some of the administration role behind issuing a tax receipt can be perhaps complicated. So Canada Helps is like a nationwide organization that runs for non-for-profits. They do the administration aspect for the tax receipt purpose. This is what you want to have very by the stone for tax purposes, book purposes, things like this. And they kind of take that pressure off of your shoulders. And you know, it's an organization in itself. So you know, togetherness, right? And they are helpful. So that's how it is going right now. And I can actually send the link, just clicking on it exactly from our website. I'm going to post that in the chat now. Okay, I'm gonna send that to everyone if you want to see what that looks like. There we go. Okay, excellent. All right. So now, without further ado, Catherine O'Donnell is here. And I see you have your guitar, and I'm looking very forward to you singing. I hope you're singing.
Yeah.
And please take the stage.
Okay, well, I met Ruth and Ken when I lived in their building. I was a friend of a friend, and I started out as their dog sitter for Goodfellow at the actual theater. And then it slowly, well, it became evident that I was interested in theater, and they were working on I Will Not Fall, and I got in with them. I was in I Will Not Fall. I wrote a song for that and played music before the performance. What I'm grateful, and then I continued to go on to do Angels of 999. I was in that as well. And also we worked up a play that I can't remember the name of, but it never came to fruition. But the thing I'm grateful to them about, among Ruth's enthusiasm for life and people, and Ken's as well, was the ability to deliver theater, as opposed to, I had always gone to theater, but I'd never been able to deliver it. So that was my chance to be in a play and sing in a play, and the camaraderie, some of the faces I see here. And so I wanted to, basically I was thankful for Ruth and Ken and their enthusiasm for theater and people. So this is a song that's not related to that, but it is about, it's called Wounded Healer. So it has something more to do with Kainosant Docent. So. Wounds hold the power to bless the pain. Difficulty helps others to gain. Some wounds never heal, that's a natural fact. I'm the wounded healer. I am that. The sane, the sorted, and the strong have always belonged to that group over there. Over here we're wounded songs, bellowing on the outside, healing from within. We're the wounded healers. Our strength is in our weakness, that which we know so well. We can guide and counsel well, 'cause we've seen our private hell. To live is to suffer, yet find joy and beauty in all. We're the wounded healers. We've seen it all. We stand tall, hit the wall. At times there is a burden that weighs me down. Part of my history, so long been around. The time has come to shed it, release it to the wind. Forgiveness. That which we know so well, 'cause we've seen our private hell. To live is to suffer, yet find joy and beauty in all. We're the wounded healers. We've seen it all. We stand tall, hit the wall. Wounds hold the power to bless the pain. Difficulty helps others to gain. Some wounds never heal, that's a natural fact. I'm the wounded healer. I am that. I'm the wounded healer. That's for Ruth.
Bravo, that was very good.
I know.
Amazing. That's amazing.
Oh, exactly.
Oh no. Mhm.
I think Ruth is just beaming right now. Truly.
Thank you.
Wonderful. I'm just taking that in because you performed that in Quenos and Docent, and that was the last event Ruth was in. So I'm just taking that in. Wonderful. Goldie.
Yes.
Goldie is here. And please share us your story with Friendly Spike, and then proceed with your open mic.
I will. I'm good friends with Rudy for over 30 years. As you well know who Rudy is, he's participated. And he belongs to a meal preparation community program. And he met Honey Wells. And he came home with a story on the telephone to me, Sarah and everyone, that if I do a poem by a certain date, and everyone's going to go on the Zoom and you're going to meet Ruth. And I said, I don't know anything about this. And he said, well, can you do it? And I said, you know what? I have passion to write. I want to do it. I did it in one day, and I kept contacting Ruth to see if it's okay. And she kept saying, Goldie, it's beautiful. It's beautiful. And I never felt so inspired by a human being to keep writing and to create. And I kept wondering, does everyone feel this way when they're touched by Ruth? And I thought, this has to be something bigger than life. This has to be something I have to be part of and understand and gain some sort of concept of it all. And I do write many presentations for a community group for seniors. And I thought, wow, I could even integrate this too into positive thinking, what seniors can do if they do everything with passion in one day. But little did I know it was going to be published, and there's a book, and everybody's involved. And I'm just so part of being affiliated with everyone and knowing Ruth. She's one of those people that did inspire me. And I'm so glad I'm here and I got to be part of this entire group. And this is one of my ways to express it. Host disabled participants grant. Okay, what does that mean? Okay. Oh, it says the host disabled participant screen sharing. Sarah?
Sorry?
It says host disabled the participant for screen sharing.
Are you trying to?
I'm trying to share my screen. Yes.
Oh, no problem.
Okay.
I will allow you to do that. Try now.
Okay. All right, we'll do it.
Try now.
Okay. All righty. And then as I learned how to do this, because I am still learning, fire, oh, the screen. Yes, go there. I go here. Boy, screen. Yes, go to screen. No, I'm sure I go here. Do I go to the screen or Zoom? Zoom? I'm trying.
On the icon, share screen, and then where you have what you want to share open, it should give you
Oh,
that
share.
option. Yeah.
Share.
There we go.
Oh, here we go. Here we go. Okay.
Excellent.
Okay. All righty. I'm a little new at learning everything, so. All righty.
Don't worry. This is how
All
we
right.
are doing.
And I too picked up on Ruth's positivity. So, oops, yeah. When we believe in our dreams and visions, it leads to the path of fulfillment. Finding your pathway to fulfillment. Facing challenges is our understanding of growth, survival, and to evolve. Our unconscious beliefs and biases about life shape how we experience it and relate to others. Learning the essential ways to achieve joy and contentment is reaching your goals. The pillars to build this is self-awareness. Our values are embedded in the daily actions that is received and the difference how optimism can change it. Embracing the 4 qualities of living. Whatever it is that you want to do, you'll find in life that if you're not passionate about it, you won't be able to stick with it. This process is your purpose. A positive attitude and perspective opens opportunities. Being active in what makes you rejoice develops an interest. As much as talent counts, effort counts twice. Keep practicing. Believe in yourself. Perseverance and persistence pays off. The beliefs of achieving a satisfied life, contributing towards a meaningful and productive lifestyle increases one's well-being. Understanding the catalyst of transformation is discovering acceptance to kindness and compassion. Reach your inner potential that provides a healthy energy level. Finding our true calling, a natural ability, skills, and knowledge leads us to living in a harmonious environment, reflecting our humanity. Engaging in social relationships provides informative feedback. Integrating our special talents fuels the bonding of human connection. Okay, let's see here. Unleash your creativity, discover it. Can innovation be taught? Having an imagination, searching for your unique qualities and strength, plus a focused mind will enhance positive thinking. Ordinary people who have the resources to thrive, not just survive, will be better to one another. Finding the need to feel worthy, competent, and secure will boost your desire to celebrate the future. Oops. Explore all the opportunities. Well, this one is covering it. So it says explore all the possible opportunities in life to go on your special journey. And that's all I wanted to say. I'm so happy when I could just express my thoughts, emotions, and feelings. And if it touches anyone at any point, then I'm happy. That's my message in life.
Thank you, Goldie. I love this. And I love the way you put together your presentations. It's very organized and it helps us to be able to see and read at the same time. And I think everybody takes exactly what they need to take from it in the moment. That's a gift in itself. Thank you. All right, Maureen.
Okay. I met Ruth in the 90s. I don't know which of the 90s, which year it was, but through my sister Catherine, living in the Dundas West Arts Building. And I too became involved. I did behind the scenes things, mostly, from costuming to whatever needed doing. And I was always inspired by Ruth, amazed by her. She was very kind and generous with me. Always had time, and she would ask questions. She taught me a lot about love, and she's been very important in my life. I miss her a lot. So Catherine and I, about a month ago, went over to her place and sang a few songs to her. And so I am not a guitar player, but I do know a few chords. So I'm going to do one of them, and that Ruth particularly liked. It's a song from the 50s. You probably know it. Well, maybe not, Sarah, but no matter. The Everly Brothers. And Ruth just, she seemed to particularly get a kick out of this. Well, not a kick, it's not funny, but it's a song about love. I bless the day I found you. I want to stay around you, and so I beg you, let it be me. Don't take this heaven from one. If you must cling to someone, sorry, now and forever, let it be me. Each time we meet, love, I find complete love. Without you, sweet love, what would life be? So never leave me lonely. Tell me you want me only, and that you'll always let it be me, and that you'll always let it be me. Ah,
Maureen. Thank you.
You're welcome. And I'm gonna have to leave a bit early. I've got a class coming up, but I want to thank you, Sarah, for doing what you're doing and being there.
I appreciate that.
And hi, Louisa. Catherine's daughter's there too. Are you gonna sing, Louisa? Maybe not.
Nice to meet you. All right, Maureen, you take off when you need to take off. But much appreciated. Well done.
Thank
Oh, Doña is
Yeah.
here this evening, and I'd love to hear what you have to say.
Well, I think I know Ruth about 30 years now. I know Ruth through Mike. Mike, are you on? I don't know. I don't remember his last name, but Mike, he's on right now on Zoom, online. Through Workman Arts, he introduced me to Ruth, and I've been in place with Ruth from the archives. She took students of the archives, and we and we and yeah, and we and we played, and I was put in place, and then I moved on for a while and lived my life, and then I just got reunited with her, and then she passed away, so that's not very nice. um so yeah, do I have to talk about the plays that I've been in with her, Sarah?
If you want to, you can. That would be beautiful. If not, proceed.
Well, I remember us walking down on Queen Street, and there was a black curtain. There was a long curtain, and we were underneath it. I remember that, and I remember having a play with Ruth in Parkdale. Now, yeah, oh, I forgot the name, but you know what Conway is with the library across the street. The yeah, I forgot the name of the place.
Okay.
And and then when I came back on the premises, the Queen Street premises, we had a play. It was about the laundry, the play about the laundry in the hospital.
you.
And yeah, remember?
I do.
Yeah, and yeah, so it's shocking that Ruth just passed away. Yeah, just reunite with her again after a couple of years. Well, I've known her since the 90s. Yeah. And I came back in 2014. Well, I have 2 poems to read. I put something together, 2 of 2. So, is that okay for me to read them?
Please, please.
Okay. One is about the Holy Spirit, and one is about angel. I said, Holy Spirit, I believe in you. You are a holy God. You are Trinity, Father, Son, and Holy Spirit, all in one. You are my counselor, comforter, companion, and a healing God. I have grown in you. You are almighty, powerful, and strong. You deliver me and save me from going astray. You have taught me everything I know about life, and you will teach me more. I am persecuted for your sake. You cleansed and restored me. You took me out of darkness and shame and brought me into your marvelous light. I live victoriously. And now about angels. You have a human form, but with wings and hello. Since I was a child, you divinely protected me. You kept me safe from harm. As an adolescent, I was led to burn a candle for my path. It was a very dangerous, risky, rough, tough journey. You had a task for me on earth to accomplish. The Lord's kingdom
was within me. You entered my life, lead, and guided me. Now I'm waiting for you to take me to heaven. I want to see God's glory. Oh, I forgot that I had a show with Ruth, and we lit a candle for people who were survivors, and for um yeah, I remember a long time ago we lit a candle before playing the roles of um of people who the character we took from the archives. Yeah, Ruth loved a candle.
I can imagine. Thank you, Donya.
What about my poems?
Thank you.
Thank you, welcome.
Kate Russell is here this evening. And if you'd like to proceed with telling us how you got affiliated with Friendly Spike and what you want to share tonight. Thank you.
Thanks, Sarah. It's good to see so many people out tonight. I first heard of the Friendly Spike after reconnecting with Honey Novick after a very long time when I went to see her and Bill Bissett and Wes Rickert read out in Cambridge. And then Honey shared the call for the Quaynel Docent, and here I am. So I never met Ruth in person, but we had lots of lovely emails, and I can understand how she was very inspiring to people, because she certainly had a way about her. She was a force to be reckoned with, and it was my joy to reckon with her. So hail the traveler as she has moved on to, as Sarah said at the beginning, sometimes it may be even a bigger and better adventure than sometimes we have to go through here on Earth. So this is just a little something from my book, Hard Truth on a Bright Blue Day. So being solstice and always questioning sort of where we're at and where we're from, and restarting today with the sun, or tonight with the sun. Here you go. Astronaut monkeys. We are the astronaut monkeys. Endure leaps and plateaus, ride rockets of moments, wake up one morning, build pyramids to the sun. Aliens inbred with primates? Life evolved naturally by itself. Before then, there was mystery. There was mystery before then. Fathom fire to cook food, then carve monuments. An evolutionary progress, no phases between hunting and gathering, and then the ziggurats. Arisen up to what? There was mystery before. Before mystery, there was. Survive the flood sphinx, write your symbolic record of the antediluvian society predating our humanity. Listen to ancestors speak in clay and silent stone walls. We cannot prove civilization. It came from the mystery before. From before the mystery, it came. Who seeded mankind's mind? Dig in desert sandbox to seek, scour sky grid points to know, planets like Earth out there. Explain our ignorance to me. We learn, adapt, but do not grow. Littered with mistaken history, there is inside mystery outside. Outside, there is mystery inside. Ignore crazy conspiracies. The Dogons and Zachariah had knowledge confused in their filters of absorption. By the way, monkey lovers, our telescopes tracked stars. We lost so much in dark ages. There was a light of mystery before. Before the light, there was mystery. Sages gifted us mathematics, astronomical omens from the east. Sumerians had it beforehand, the infamous Chaldean alchemy. Babylonian slave mastery, seated empirical Christians. How did we fall so far from the majestic mystery before the mystery was majestic? Return your right-wing complex, take it back to the first square, roll the bones in our ancient game where golden chains link us to seeds piled by distant ancestors. They germinate now in soiled hearts. Close your jaded eyes and hear the mystery from before sings, a song from before the mystery. Connect to its power source, you meek monkey astronauts. Make your pudding proof, our buried ancestral home from time before time, cycle through alpha to omega, learn scattered language between, before the mystery speaks in silence, silence speaks in the mystery before.
Yes. Cycle through alpha to omega. Yes.
Thank you.
Thank you, Kate. I'm going to share a couple of things now. The first poem I would like to start with is by Helen Posno. She sent me this actually in the building of Ruth's funeral, and she is not able to be with us this evening, but I want to share this on her behalf. I think it is very amazing. The tip of the iceberg. What are we? We are tears. What are we? When we are finally stripped down, we are love. The core of each suffering, wrapped about with multi-hued textures of hope. Wrap new, pull a different skin around this loneliness. We are flesh and bone wrapped around these rays of light. We have come into these worlds. We have passed near, often close enough to touch. We have passed on. Thank you, Helen. That is a poem by Helen Posno. I'm going to read from one of my journals that a very good friend of mine, if you know me, a birthday gift, they always give me a journal to write in. That's when I know you know me very well. And I'm just going to, I'm going to pull up something I wrote, actually. I can find it here. Let's see. Sometimes it's like, nah, don't want to read that quite yet. Okay, I'll read this. I wrote this on September 14th, 2023. Until dawn appears, hold down your tears. Fairy tales speaking codes. Codes erupted mindsets. Mindsets rattled by their own perception and illusion. Can the depth of reality be found, even in the midst of illusion? I need to read something else here briefly. Okay, or I'll read this as well. August 28th, 2023. Tiptoe past reality escapes her pain. Sitting beside thy reflection, she sees beauty mixed with expectation. Lets her hair down as she drowns her mascara. Her mascara drowns in tears. Raising hands to the sky, Lord save us all. This universe needs you more than ever. Thank you. I'm trying to find a poem I think where I'm trying to find a poem I wrote about Ruth in here. If I can find it. Let's see. I hope it's in this journal. Oh, here it is. Hallelujah. I'm going to end with this, and it's a poem I wrote about Ruth. I wrote this on November 28th, 2023, just a couple of days after she passed. Hope, the essence that belongs to us all. Hope, a message of hope, honor, originality, prayer, eternal. Hope, the sound of rain as we know the sun is closer. Hope, Stackhouse inside our souls. Thank you. Thank you. Up next, I will bring to the stage Henrik Kartna is here, and he's here over the phone. Henrik, please describe how you became close with Ruth and proceed with what you would like to share this evening.
Yeah, well, I was introduced to Ruth by a mutual friend, Matthew Christie. I had done some theater with Matthew, and Matthew introduced me to Ruth, and I performed in various shows, and including my own plays, Wrestling with Fear, and What's Next, The Big C. And what can I say? I mean, Ruth and I grew as friends and collaborators, and it just gelled into what it was until her passing. So what I like to share is a tribute I wrote to her just a few days ago. I don't have a title for it except Tribute to Ruth Stackhouse. I have known Ruth Stackhouse for 14 years. We were introduced to each other by a mutual friend, Matthew Christie. In that time, I have worked with Ruth on numerous creative projects. I have also had the privilege of being able to say that Ruth was a great friend of mine. In particular, Ruth was a great teacher, mentor, and collaborator. It's because of Ruth I am as good a writer and actor as I am. Furthermore, Ruth and Friendly Spike produced 2 of my plays. Ruth also encouraged me to star in them. Likewise, on a more personal level, Ruth and I became close friends. Ruth had rheumatoid arthritis. I have schizophrenia. Ruth and I would talk every day on the phone and offer each other moral support. Moreover, Ruth was passionate about helping the marginalized psychiatric patients and the disabled. Ruth taught me to be more caring and empathetic. It's because of Ruth I am socially conscious. It's also because of Ruth that I am a better person. In the end, however, Ruth's medical problems got the better of her. She is no longer with us except in spirit. Her legacy lives on through groups like us tonight, where we pay homage to each other. Ruth, you may rest in peace, please. Thank you. Hello?
Hi. Hello.
Hi.
Thank you. Well done. You want to share anything else, Henrik, or is that all for this evening?
Well, I got something else I want to read, if I can.
Do it. Read. Yes, please.
This is called Mask of Sanity. I talked to Ruth about this ages before she passed away, and she said, even though it's kind of a bleak thing, I should write about it because it affects more than just me. It affects a lot of other people. So here I go. I suffer from schizophrenia. I also suffer from obsessive compulsive disorder, OCD. I have terrible obsessive thoughts and delusions. These two illnesses are a terrible combination. I do not, however, have classic schizophrenia, this being auditory or visual hallucinations. I am atypical in that regard. Nonetheless, I am on the schizophrenic spectrum. Every day I have to fight off my symptoms at least once a day. This is not always easy to do. I am, however, successful most of the time. Most days I wear the mask of sanity. An example of this is in daily human interaction. Many people say hello and how are you? And we respond, hello, I'm fine, thanks. In reality, no one wants to know you're not well. We do this to be polite and sociable. In fact, there are some days I don't want to get out of bed. I don't feel well. I have to fight these feelings, and I usually get up anyway and wear the mask of sanity. Needless to say, there are those who can't wear the mask of sanity, they being those suffering from their first psychosis, they being those who have gone off their medication, they being those who have fallen through the cracks of the mental health system. Moreover, there are those who do not want to wear the mask of sanity. They are those who have had a bad experience with psychiatry. They don't want medication or psychotherapy. Some of them would rather suffer with their symptoms than trust in psychiatry. Regardless of your own mental health, there are two things to remember. First is the mask of sanity fits some people well. Second, it doesn't fit some people well at all. In any event, the next time you pass by people on a busy sidewalk, remember some of them are wearing the mask of sanity. Sorry for being so down, but we have to be honest about how we view reality.
Thank you, Henrik. Isn't that so true, honestly? I think that was my favorite piece you've ever written, was the last piece you shared, Henrik, honestly.
Oh, okay. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Yeah, well.
Yeah, I'd like to thank everybody for coming out tonight. This is our first real meeting after Ruth's passing. So, it makes me feel optimistic that this important work that Ruth had started can continue with all the rest of us.
Well, you know she would want it to continue. You've always said that encouragement to me.
Sarah,
Yes.
is there any way you can send the link to my friend Rudy?
Yeah, I can send it right now. I have his email.
Oh, thank you, dear. Thank you.
I'm gonna do it right now. But I don't want to hold anything up because,
No.
Up next is Jennifer Poole. So, Jennifer, please welcome.
Hi, thank you, Sarah. Can you folks hear me okay? Yeah. I've been a fan of Ruth for, I think, almost 30 years. I worked for a long time at a place called the Self-Help Resource Center, and we did some cross-fertilizing together, with mad people in support groups. And then I'm at TMU, and Ruth was at TMU as well in the School of Disability Studies. So I feel Ruth's loss very heavily. I was so very sad. And I just want to read a very short poem and then some of Ruth's comments to me after the last time we gathered for our poetry launch. So just like Ruth, the day after our poetry launch for What Hurts Heals, Ruth wrote me a beautiful email and said at the end, "It is clear to me that you must keep going. Keep writing, Jen, and keep sharing out loud. The world is so much better because of what you had to say." And I wrote back, "Oh my heart just grew 10 sizes." And then a couple of days later, I said, "Ruth, I just wrote another short poem for this moment and inspired by your encouragement." And here is that very short poem. It's called Asking for Directions. Is there still a place outside ego, outside greed, outside fear and rage, where souls can still touch and justice feels like love, because we seem to have lost our way? The end. So that is for Dear Ruth. And thanks for putting the link to the donation button up there earlier, because I just donated in honor and memory of Ruth. Thanks, everybody.
Thank you so much. Kathy Adachi is here with her leopard print.
Okay. The first time I met Honey Novak was through her voice yoga group. And that was about 6, maybe 7 years ago. And enjoy that thoroughly still today. And eventually I got introduced to Ruth through Honey, and also to you, Sarah. And I don't think I met Ruth in person. I might or might not have, but I really remember mainly communicating through emails. And I thank her for her advice and her praise. And thank you, Ruth. You were very encouraging. And this is my poem that I'd like to read right now. It has to do with the season that we're in, the holiday season, and other things. It's called "'Tis the Season, 'Tis the Reason." 'Tis the season when the motley crowd says, "Let us give, forgive, peace, joy, hope, and love." Attempts are made by varied sundry, and yes, the motley give sincere attempts at being good and kind to sentients all. All sorts of ways of doing so, in and from those other lands, in all and of all rainbow-hued. It's nice. I and the many, gratified, feel the trying and actually doing of it. Jingle bells, Jesus, God, and Buddha praised in my neck of the woods. Hallelujah, he has come, and we are welcomed and beloved by that Son who appeared as swaddled one. Some deity being sent him to save us all from Satan's power when we have gone astray. O tidings indeed of comfort and joy, I whisper under mistletoe and pine. Also, pay a nod to dear awakened one, dear Buddha, at this cold yet time of year when the cockles of my heart are warmed by his message too, to sincerely view each being and this earthen good with loving kindness. Good words, but not easy followed in their emblazoned steps. But the sincere do try and try and try, whilst others fall by wayside as Santa's jingle jangle their ho-ho-hos. But yes, the ones who try, I and the many are so very grateful. Domo, merci, grazie, etc. to those sincere, loving hearts who came and saw and loved. The peaceful candles do send a loving, lovely light of Hushabye to all that muck and mire within, and simultaneous flame us up with light so blind can see, in nooks and crannies in their hearts, where they are touched by words and steps, so skillful placed the thousand days ago, yet still resound within without. Thank you to that such, dear Providence, who sent the wisdom into humbled selves. Thank you, at least, from humbled self. Thank you, at least in this, my prayer, my hymn, my poem. Thanks, dear divine, from this one, humbled least of all. Thank you, dear one, the one in one. Thank you, dear one, the truthful wise, indeed, the loving being in all. And I'd like to dedicate this poem to the memory and life of and spirit of Ruth Stackhouse. May you be in peace, beauty, and love. Ruth, shalom.
Oh, thank you. Thank you, Kathy. Mark Gottridge is here. Very talented poet.
Yes, hello there.
Hello.
I met Ruth. Oh, hello. Yes. I met Ruth many, many years ago, I guess when she was still going with Penn, which was quite a while ago. She came to an organization I used to belong to called HouseLink, and for a few years we put on quite a few plays. I did quite a bit of script writing for the plays. Also, I know she was involved in the Mad Pride, and one of the big things she was involved in was a bed push, which I really enjoyed doing. So I'd like to share a few poems with you if I can. The first one I sent to Ruth earlier in the year, and she said she liked it. So that was very, very encouraging. It's called Sweet Jane. Sweet Jane. Immersed in a theatre, revealing a story, an ensemble of performers having a joyous affinity for the puzzle factory. Its concept derived from the ashes of an insane asylum. Lost artists discovering their voice, making a choice to embrace the future. No longer chained to the past, stepping up to the task of offering astute awareness. A play was conceived from a tragic episode of a life lost at a priceless cost, their burden being too heavy a load, unable to strive no longer. Nevertheless, their intrinsic beauty, their effervescent essence, must be venerated. An idea was generated to emphasize the value of human life in a financial court of law, to make sure the memory of this beloved treasure will remain in your heart, as life can and will imitate art in honor of Sweet Jane. That's my first one. I'd like to follow this up with a poem I read last week at an event, and it's called Faith. Faith. Universal synchronicity pulsating placidly amongst the confusion, nervously anticipating the invitation to come and join the devoted, igniting deep felt emotions that are coated in evanescence. Is it not pleasant to be present in a crowd that approaches heaven sent? Or do you journey alone, unknowingly knowing that you are not? Being aware that faith without hope is a lost cause. So you take pause while your soul cavorts, twists and turns, and is ravaged by circumstances, yet remains unyielding. You finally arrive at a friend's abode. You rest, you unburden your load. You are home and realize that you'll never be alone again. So, thank you.
Thank you, Mark.
Yes.
I always love it when you share what you have to say because I think you have one of the most unique presences. You're fabulous. Thank you.
Mhm.
Thank you. Penny Regal is here, and if you want to share something, feel free. If not,
Oh, I didn't really prepare.
no
Oh,
worries. If you just want to listen, that's great as well.
I didn't really
No
prepare. yet.
worries. No worries. And Elaine did have to take off. So last but not least, the most fabulous Joan Sutcliffe is here.
Oh, hello. I first met Ruth actually through Honey Novik, and I was never involved in the Friendly Spike, but I know that Honey used to talk about it in really glowing terms, and I did see Ruth at one or two events I went to with Honey, and was always impressed with her. She was such a outgoing person, and I just felt that she's such a warm heart. So, and especially after the ceremony on Saturday of her life, I just felt that she's touched so many lives. So that's why I just wanted to be here tonight. I can read one poem.
You want, mate? Oh, Zepsy. Oh, no. Oh, my goodness. You've got an empty bowl.
It's called Impermanence. I thought it was a bit fitting because we see how life is very impermanent. My life is like the lotus, swelling in copper light of morning. For my days are ephemeral as the gossamer thread of the spider, breaking with every twist, and my heart aches to leave the dearness of faces I know. One day I will drop into subtle spaces of mind, where fluctuations of familiarity vanish into splashing waves of impermanence, on the ocean of uncertainty, shifting as phases of the moon. Yet it is the fleeting quality of a passing breeze, ponderous with scent of lilac, or the briefness of the blackbird's song as evening is lost to night. It is these brief passings that give to each moment its preciousness. Right, thank you.
Beautiful. Thank you. Thank you, everyone. That concludes all of the poetry and tributes and wise words we will be hearing this evening. It's 8:34 p.m. and it's been a great event so far. Rudy is here though. I did see you come in. Rudy, did you want to say anything at all?
No, I don't know at all. None of us.
But I'm glad you could come in at the end there.
Yeah.
Excellent. And this has been recorded, so I am going to ask Richard Paul, who does some of our website work, to help upload this to the website and possibly YouTube as well. I wish everyone an amazing holiday, and we will be in touch for the ventures for the new year. And I'm very excited to carry the torch together with everyone. And I thank you all for being present this evening and with gratitude and dedication. So with that being said, go in peace, love and light, and persevere. As that is what
Sarah, you did an amazing job.
Happy holidays, everyone.
Thank you, Henrik.
Yeah, thank you, Sarah. Thank you. You did an amazing job. Thank you.
Amazing job as usual,
Thank you,
Sarah.
everyone. It was great.
Thank you, Sarah.
Thank you.
Yeah,
Thank
thank
you,
you, Sarah.
All be well. All be
Thank-
well.
Peace.
Happy New Year.
Peace,
Yeah,
absolutely.
peace.
Peace, everyone.
Bye, everyone.
Thank you.
Bye, bye,
I
bye.
miss Ruth.
Bye, everyone.
Thank you. Oh, there she is.
Oh, Catherine, you're muted.
Sorry, I joined
Goodbye.
very late.
I didn't get the link till about 10 minutes ago. So,
Better late than never. And